We are at the end of the year and I'm very excited to bring you these tools because I guarantee if you follow these steps, you want to take notes and integrate everything that I'm telling you about, you're going to make the next year your best year yet. I have 7 tools that I'm going to go over with you, and I think that you're going to want to learn about all of them as we go through. Think about how these tools can be implemented into your life. And if you catch this in time, on the 30th, Saturday, December 30th, I'm going to be hosting a private 2-hour workshop where I'm not only going to just be teaching you this information, I'm going to be helping you create your own 1-year plan to ensure that next year, next December, you're looking back at January and you're going to say, dang, I did that. I really did transform my life in 1 year, and it has been a crazy but amazing year. As always, I'm going to go ahead and join my own live workshop on my computer so that I can see the chat section and I have my notes. So let me go ahead and get these things pulled up. In the meantime, in between time, you want to go ahead and grab your pens, papers, notebooks, tablets, recording devices, whatever you're going to need in order to take notes. Let me go ahead and get it started with housekeeping. If you are here live and you can hear me and see me okay, what I want you to do is go ahead and drop the word housekeeping in the comment section below. Housekeeping item number 1, as always, is going to be interaction. As I'm going through the content and the information this evening, which we have a lot of, make sure to ask me any questions, drop any comments that you have. That additional conversation and feedback always adds to the energy and the information. I get to see who's in the room and I can personalize the information to exactly what you need. Housekeeping item number 2 is going to be sharing is caring. Just like you're trying to grow, I'm trying to grow too. So what I would ask you to do, if you know someone who's trying to really get their life together for the next year or even, right now, go ahead and share this video with them. Do not be a hater. Do not be stingy with this information. We're here to share the love and share the light, okay? I do have some resources for you, of course. So let me drop the end of the year review workbook. So if you are really interested in making next year your best year yet, one of the first things that you can do is analyze how your current year is going, your successes, your failures, your major lessons. What is it that you want to take with you into next year? This process of self-evaluation and self-reflection is essential. We do not want to be bumping our heads next year in the same way that we were bumping our heads this year. That's a waste of time. We're not doing that, okay? So go ahead and grab that workbook. It is on sale for $11.11. And we will be working out of it during the workshop on the 30th. Hello, Zena. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a part of Sacred Sunday Space, the workshop that I'm telling you about on the 30th, you're automatically going to get access to that workshop. But if you are not in Sacred Sunday Space and you want my personal help to make sure that you have everything in alignment that you need to make next year your best year, then go ahead and join the Manifest 2024 workshop. It's $15. It's cheaper than lunch. It's going to be 2 hours long. I'm going to have workbooks and resources and guides and everything that you need. You all already know I take care of my people. So go ahead and you can tap that link if you would like to just sign up for the workshop alone. But I would actually advise that you join Sacred Sunday Space. Why? Because it's the exact same price. It's $15, but you're also going to get 2 live self-care sessions. So Sacred Sunday Space is my self-care practice that I host through Patreon. It's $15. You're guaranteed to get 2 sessions no matter when you join. So right now we're at the end of December, but say you did join today, you're going to get you're going to get all of the self-care sessions for as long as you're enrolled. But say you only enrolled for 1 month, you're going to get all of the self-care sessions from December 21st through January 21st. So you're guaranteed to at least get 2, maybe 3. And then once again, you're automatically going to get access to the private workshop on December 30th. It's a Saturday through Zoom, and we're going to be diving into how you can make 2024 your best year. Today, I'm going to be giving you those 7 tools so that you can kind of get ahead on everything, start contemplating, so that by the time the 30th comes, we can start putting everything into place for you. Everybody's going to have something different. Everybody's structure is going to be different. Everybody's goals and intentions and major and minor manifestations, all of that good stuff is going to be different. But I'm still here to make sure that you get to exactly where you want to be, exactly where you need to be. So I hope to see you all at that workshop. You have those 2 links there for you. The Manifest 2024 workshop is the first one if you want to join the workshop without Sacred Sunday Space. But once again, I would advise that you join through Sacred Sunday Space because you're just going to get more bang for your buck. And we all love a good deal now. And let's see. The last thing I have for you, if you would like to work with me one-on-one regarding setting up your new year, maybe you're working on mindfulness meditation or yoga nidra, maybe you're working on improving your dream recall or lucid dreaming or whatever it is that you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and drop my link for one-on-one sessions. If you would like to work with me personally, then we can set that up as well. So those are all of the resources that I have for you. If you are ready to roll, what I would ask you to do is go ahead and give this video a quick thumbs up. Hey, Julia, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you in the room tonight. Thanks for blessing us with your energy. But if you are ready to roll, go ahead and give this video a quick thumbs up and drop me a number 8 in the comments section. If you don't know who I am, if you've never been here before, maybe someone has sent you this video because they thought that you would be interested in it, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Aaron. I'm a certified metaphysical life coach, mindfulness and meditation practitioner, and mindset guru. And I'm here to give you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive shift and transformation in your life. Tonight, I have 7 tools that you definitely want to take note of and implement so that you can make 2024 your best year yet, okay? Julia said, I'm at work driving, but I will be listening. Go ahead and listen in. And once again, the workshop is going to be available for replay. I'm going to leave it up and I'm going to update everything in the description box. And I truly hope to see everybody for that workshop on the 30th, where we're going to dive in deeper and I'll be able to assist you a little bit more. Because once again, I want to make sure that you go into 2024 ready, prepared, refreshed, restored, renewed, and ready to make this one your best year yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. The first thing that I have for you is going to be new goals. Okay, go ahead and write this down, new goals, and I'm going to give you some things that you can think about in order to develop new, meaningful, powerful, transformative goals in your life. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is new goals. Go ahead and write that down on your in your notes. Side note, I do have a hard stop at 6:50 because I have another class right after this one. So we're going to squeeze it all in, but I'm going to make sure that I don't skip anything. I want to make sure that I give you all that good information. One of the first things that you can think about for new goals is negative or contrasting experiences. And I like to bring this one up first because it's like the big red flag, the big red button, that big red stop sign. And many times when we're talking about self-transformation or personal development or self-care or just improving your life, people typically come to this because there's something going on in their life that is not going the way they want it to. Maybe you don't have the money that you want. In January, we're going to be talking about money and metaphysics. Probably January through February, I'm going to be talking to you all about how to get your money right, but I'll come back to that later. But maybe you're trying to get your money right. Your money is a little bit funny. Maybe you want to change jobs or change careers. Maybe you're trying to manifest that new boo thing. Maybe you already have a boo thing, but you want to improve your relationship. Maybe you all have been, it's been a little rocky and you're not ready to let it go. You want to work through it. It could be something in your spiritual life, you know, that's not going the way that you want it to. Whatever it is, the first thing that you want to do is just simply identify what that is. Identification is so essential because then you know where you are and you can begin the process of going towards where you want to be. And what you want to do is really think about that contrasting situation, that negative situation, whatever's not going right. And you can think about, what would this look like in my life if everything were perfect? Or what is this showing me that I truly want out of life? So let's say you were dealing with someone this year. You thought that things were going to go well, but you find that they have been lying and cheating and stealing and doing all the crazy stuff that people do when they take advantage of someone. And this person has been doing that to you and you're kind of upset about it. You would actually be really upset about it. And you're like, well, I want to use this situation to turn things around. So typically if you're dealing with someone who's a liar, who's a cheater, who's stealing, this might show you that, okay, I really value honesty and integrity. And moving forward into 2024 or moving forward into the new year, I want to implement and manifest more honesty and integrity into my life. Whether that be with myself, whether that be with other people, whether that be with the world, whether that be with my partner, whoever, whatever. But you arrived at this point of clarification by first identifying and examining that contrasting experience. The thing that we don't want to do is get stuck in the contrast. And that's typically what a lot of people do. And this, you'll know that you're stuck in it because you'll be complaining. You'll be complaining, but you won't be identifying what it is that you need to do or what it is that you want to do moving forward. So this could show up as you calling up your girlfriends, your homegirl, your homeboy, and just talking about the situation, obsessing over it, contemplating it for a long time, and just staying stuck in that negative energy, but never saying, okay, I want to figure out how I can be more honest and integritable. I want to figure out how I can have better boundaries. I need to figure out what it is that I am doing to attract people like that into my life, and how can I turn that around so that I can attract a boo thing, a partner who is honest, who does have integrity, who has my well-being in mind. So say you were dealing with your finances. Money is funny. The bills are piling up. You say, you know what? I don't want to carry this into the new year. Because of how my money situation has gone this year, it has shown me that my financial well-being, abundance, and prosperity are of the utmost importance for me. And those are things that I wish to work on in the upcoming year. So you see how you can take these contrasting, these negative situations and turn them around and create powerful, transformative goals that will really bring more well-being, harmony, and balance into your life. Another thing you can do is think about things that are already going well for you. Think about things that you were working on all this year where you have achieved that success, where you are really proud of yourself, and say, you know what? How can I level that thing up? How can I push forward? How can I go into something new? How can I get out of my comfort zone, get out of that box, and elevate? So you can take one of those two approaches or both. And there may be other things that you already have in your mind, other goals that you have that you already know you want to work on. Whatever those are, go ahead and write those down, okay? So that's the first tool that I have for you, new goals. If you are ready for my second one, go ahead and drop me a number 2 in the comment section below. I want to make sure that I'm not moving too fast. If you cannot drop me a number 2, that must mean that you have some questions, some comments, whatever it is. So go ahead and drop me either a question or a comment where I can clarify number 1 for you. Or if you are ready to move on to number 2, go ahead and drop me that number 2. So let me see some 2s or let me see some questions. And let me take a sip of my tea in the meantime. I'm seeing the 2s and the dos. Okay, let's go ahead and get number 2 started. Let me put my little thing down. Okay, so number 2 is going to be your major and minor manifestations. So these are going to be things that you really want to bring into your life. Some things that have been coming to my mind that I have personally been contemplating. Let me just give you some examples. I went on vacation this year, it's still this year. I went on vacation. I said, it would be great to go on 2 vacations next year. So I'm like, I'm going to put that under my major manifestations, to manifest 2 vacations, because of course we're not doing all of this transformative work, this shadow work, diving into our traumas, thinking about our limiting negative beliefs, talking about mindfulness meditation and yoga nidra and all of these things. We're not doing these things so that we can just work. We're doing it so we can get to a place in life where we can just enjoy ourselves, sit back and relax in peace and harmony and bliss. I've also thought about, maybe I should move across the country. Maybe you've thought about that. Maybe you want to move across the country. There are different aspects of your experience, things that you would like to bring in, things that you would like to bring into your life. And I would suggest that you divide these down into like the big things, like moving across the country and, having multiple vacations, and even to the smaller things, like maybe you want to get a new puppy. Maybe you're trying to make room for a new puppy in your life. You're just trying to make room for new experiences in your life, whatever that may be. Goals and major and minor manifestations kind of go along together, but I feel like goals are going to be things that you're going to be taking more actionable steps towards. Not saying that you're not going to be doing that same thing with your manifestations, but with your manifestations, you may take an approach of non-attachment. So it may be something that you include in your gratitude or your appreciation. Maybe it's something, if you're very into prayer, something that you're praying about. If you're interested in other metaphysical activities and exercises that you use along with the law of attraction, then this is where your manifestations, your major and minor manifestations would be coming in. Your goals, these are going to be the overarching topics that maybe you'll divide down and say, these are the things that I'm going to do every day in order to make sure I hit that goal. Like if one of my goals is to improve my health and fitness, I'm going to say, okay, one of those actionable steps is I'm going to wake up and I'm going to drink a glass of warm lemon water every morning. I'm going to go on a walk around the block every day. And maybe that walk later on will turn into a jog and then a run, or maybe increasing your fitness or just your movement. Maybe you say, I'm going to eliminate meat from my diet for 30 days and I'm going to live on a whole foods plant-based diet and try that out. So to me, that's a bit different than manifestation work. It's more goal achievement and habit development. So these are going to be the big things that people are thinking about, that you may be thinking about, like, what is it that I want to do to make next year my best year? Okay, what is it that I want to do to make next year my best year? Let me see the comments, because I'm seeing comments scroll up. Let me come back over here. You're confirming I need to unsubscribe from solicitation emails. Go ahead and do that. Unsubscribe from those solicitation emails, because that's going to give you more energetic space, more emotional space, more mental space to welcome in those new opportunities. And also to give you just more space so that you can adhere to the intentions that you're setting for yourself and those actionable steps. We all know that at the beginning of the year, we say, I'm going to manifest more money, or I'm going to, manifest, I'm going to work on my fitness and get my body together for the summertime. And you say this in January, but maybe you've overworked, overwhelmed yourself. You've not even given yourself a time to take a break or to make space from what is no longer serving you. And then you find that by February, you are already falling back on yourself and not being committed. So whether that's unsubscribing from solicitation emails, Unsubscribing from people who are not serving you well in your life. You know, a lot of people, they call themselves friends. We'll call them acquaintances. You know, they keep in contact with you only when they want something or only when they need something, but there's no level of reciprocity. So maybe you say, I need to unsubscribe from that. I need to subscribe to some boundaries and unsubscribe to allowing people to take advantage of me, whatever that may look like for you. So think about your big goals. Think about your major and minor manifestations. If you have those two down, go ahead and drop me a number 3 in the comment section and we'll move on to number 3. Go ahead and drop me a number 3 in the comment section and we'll move on to number 3. If you can't drop me a number 3, then that must mean you have a question for me about number 1 or number 2. So go ahead and drop that. Let me come back. I thought I saw. I don't need something until I see the email. I think this will really help me with financial goals, starting with Amazon. Oh my goodness, Amazon has always had a chokehold on my paycheck. And I'm so glad Tiffany brought up financial goals. I did kind of slip it in there earlier, but while everybody's here, let me run that thing back. Last year, I did the Money and Metaphysics Masterclass series, and it was amazing. I taught you all metaphysical and practical ways to transform your finances. We talked about how to repair your own credit card management tips, how to go on vacation using only your rewards points. I talked to you about how to create a financial system that's automatically going to save you money so you can spend as much as you need on Amazon, but you know that you've already saved on the back end. I personally don't like budgets. Budget is like a cuss word to me, so I don't really do budgets that well. So I like to come up with systems. So I'm going to be bringing that back in January, starting in January here on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. You're going to see me start talking about a lot of things, finances and money and abundance and prosperity from different perspectives. So energetic, money regarding your energy, money regarding your mindset, money regarding metaphysics, but also these practical steps that you can take in order to transform your financial well-being and your financial life. So we're going to get that started in January of 2024. So if your finances, increasing your savings, going on vacation, repairing your credit, getting your credit cards together, if all of that is in your big goals, your major and minor manifestations, I got you covered already. And I did see those threes. The third thing that I have for you is metaphysical tools. So let me tell you about the things that I am considering metaphysical tools. Once again, this workshop is kind of leading you up to that workshop that we're going to be doing on the 30th. If you haven't registered for that, once again, you can register through Sacred Sunday Space, or I did put the link in the chat and I'll also update it in the description box for you to just join the workshop as a one-off workshop if you would like to do that. The things that I always like to do regarding metaphysics that really help me to achieve focus and direction in my life, a few things. I love crystals. You all already know. Actually, I have a crystal right here. This is a blue tiger's eye. I should have brought some more things out from HIYERAlignment.com. I'm pretty sure you all already know about HIYERAlignment.com. I have tons of crystal jewelry, crystal incense, handmade Florida waters, everything that you need regarding metaphysical tools for self-care and personal development. But one thing that I like to do is work with one crystal for the year. The first year that I did this, my crystal of the year was sunstone, and my theme for the year was personal power. I wanted to step more into my personal power, more into my authenticity. Some of the things that I had in mind is I wanted to stop asking people for advice, and I wanted to start listening to my higher self and my internal self, listening to my dreams. You all know that I love dream work and lucid dreaming, so that I can tap in with me and once again my personal power. So the crystal that I chose to assist me with that was sunstone. And it's like the beginning of your journey is so different than the end of your journey. All of the experiences and the revelations that the crystal work allowed me to go through and to integrate into my life was absolutely amazing. So if you're here, I'm assuming you like metaphysics and different aspects. One thing that you can think about is a crystal of the year. Like, what crystal do you want to work with? I would say be open and flexible. Don't always go off of the meanings that you find on Google, and really allow your senses to draw you towards a crystal if that's what you're going to be working with or working on. You could go on HIYERAlignment.com, scroll through the crystal jewelry section, and see, before even looking at the meanings of crystals or anything like that, just see what pops out to you. See what dazzles in your eyes. See what tickles your fancy. See what calls to you. Because if that crystal is calling to you, it must be for a reason. I like this approach to picking a crystal and beginning to work with crystals rather than doing like a Google search like crystals for money and then like picking from a list. I allow the crystal and the crystal energy to call to me so we can make that personal type of connection. So that's what I would advise you doing. The next thing that I would suggest that you think about are any herbs that you would like to work with. Herbs and plants and minerals and plant medicine, things like that. At the beginning of this year, one thing that I have considered doing is microdosing. I'm already setting myself up for that, to work with that plant medicine. I think I'm going to do like a 3-month challenge for myself. And I love to work with plants. I love to work with that plant medicine. I'm excited to do the magic mushroom microdosing. I've heard so much about it, and I think it's going to level me up. But maybe you want to try something similar. Of course, if you do your research. Make sure that you don't go in blind. But think about, different metaphysical tools, different metaphysical practices, whether that be crystals, whether that be candles, whether that be herbs, whether that be incense, whatever metaphysical tools. Maybe you are doing some type of deity practice or spiritual practice, and you want to begin exploring that a bit more, and you want to structure that into your year so that those metaphysical, those spiritual tools can support you in your goals and your manifestations. That's really why I like to introduce you all to metaphysical tools and tips and techniques, because from my perspective, we have to try new things if we want to get to new places. And there's nothing like a nice little metaphysical boost to combine with the practical steps, to combine with the actionable steps, to combine with developing new goals and new intentions and starting new habits and breaking old habits and things like that are going to help you get to where you want to be from where you are. So whatever you consider metaphysical, go ahead and think about those different tools and those different techniques and what it is that you can implement into your life in order to boost the work that you're going to be doing regarding your goals and your manifestations. Okay? If you're enjoying this information so far, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you are enjoying this information so far, if it is hitting right on point for you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And while you're doing that, go ahead and drop me a number 5 if you're ready for the 5th tool that I have for you. If you're ready for the 5th tool that I have for you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and then drop that number 5. If you can't drop that number 5, that must mean you have a question about 1, 2, 3, or 4. So go ahead and drop me your question so that I can clarify that for you. So let me see some thumbs ups on the video and let me see those 5s or question. I saw 1 5. Can I get another one? Can I get another thumbs up and another 5? I don't want to rush you, but I want to make sure that we get through all of the information, and I want to make sure that everyone who comes to my workshops gets everything that they need. So while I'm trying to set you up to make next year your best year, I need you to help me help you. Drop me some fives, drop me some questions. Let me know that you're picking up what I'm putting down. You're smelling what I'm stepping in. I want to make sure that you get what you need. We're not here for nothing. We're not here for nothing. Let me make sure that I'm giving you what you need. Okay, I'm seeing those fives. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is a sankalpa. If you've been with me when I've been talking about yoga nidra and the practice of psychic sleep, you know that we use the sankalpa. It's like a positive affirmation, but you use it in the nidra state. So the nidra state is conscious access to that delta stage 3 of that delta stage 3 dreamless sleep state. This is so important for transformation, you all, because you can actually make major transformations in your life by engaging with the sankalpa. It differs from a positive affirmation because positive affirmations, you're typically saying those to yourself in the waking state. So at this point, your brain is in that alpha beta brainwave state. So it's very active. Alpha's a little bit less active. It's going inside. But your brain is more active. And what I find is that for some people, using positive affirmations can feel a bit forced. Say you're working on money, because in January, we're going to be talking about money and metaphysics. Say you're talking about money. Your goal is to manifest more money, to get your finances under control, and you find that, you're broke. The money's not flowing in the way that you wanted to. The bills are piling up, and that's what you're seeing in your life. And then someone's like, well, tell yourself, say every day, money comes to me easily and frequently. And you're saying that to yourself, but it feels a bit fake and it feels a bit forced, because when you look around, you're actually very upset about your financial situation. This is not creating harmony and balance in your life. If anything, it may be causing you to pay more attention to the negative aspects of money, because now every time you try to convince yourself of the opposite, it really just draws you back to you're not in the place financially where you want to be. Once again, this is just my example. It could be with anything. In the nidra state, since you're going through this process of entering into that delta, that stage 3 delta brainwave state, in this process, you're going to go through like ego dissolution. You're going to be putting all of the koshas or the levels of the body to sleep. First, your physical body, when you get settled in and relaxed, you're going to put your pranamaya kosha, the energetic or the prana body, to sleep. You're going to relax your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, so that fight or flight response is going to dramatically be decreased. And as long as you don't fall asleep, you're going to gain conscious access to this state where typically you go where your skin is regenerating, your organs are regenerating, your hair is growing, your nails are growing. This is a place, even on a biological level, of deep, dramatic transformation. And the reason why I like working with sankalpas more than positive affirmations, I'm going to teach you all a new term. It's called a samskara. A samskara means groove or an indentation or an inclination. So whenever you commit an action, you have this inclination to do it again. You have this samskara, this groove that is being engraved in the unconscious mind. And think about like water. When you have water flowing through a path, it's going to follow that path. So a positive affirmation, you're laying that affirmation on top of a samskara that's already working against you. That flow is already going to a place where you don't want it to go, and you're just like slapping a band-aid over the top of it. But when you enter the nidra state, samskara, let me spell it for you. Samskara. There you go. When you enter the nidra state and you start to work with your sankalpa, then you're actually laying a new samskara. You're not working with an old samskara or trying to put a band-aid over an old samskara. You're actually creating a entirely new indentation, an entirely new inclination that with proper nurturing and with secondary conditions will manifest and ripen into your outward experience. If you are interested in creating your own sankalpa or working with the practice of yoga nidra, I'm going to include a free guide in the description box. I should have brought it up for you already and dropped it in the chat section, but I will make sure to put that in the description box so you have access to that. It's a free guide. It's going to contain journaling exercises and self-exploration activities to help you consider where you are currently in life, develop a focus, and create a powerful personal sankalpa. And in the back, it has an additional resources section with plenty of guided practices that are also free that you can use that new sankalpa with. So you'll be able to try this out and have everything that you need to roll. Okay, so that's what I have for you for that one. If you are ready to move forward, if you don't have any questions about samskaras or sankalpas or yoga nidra or the practice of psychic sleep, non-sleep, deep rest, whatever you want to call it, go ahead and drop me a number 6. If you can't drop me a number 6, go ahead and drop me a question so that I can clarify that for you. Maybe you have a question on 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but maybe you don't and you're ready to move forward. So let me see some questions, or let me see those 6s. I just sent a Cash App request so I can buy my workbook. I don't have Cash App. I don't have Cash App, but if you send me a DM on Instagram, then I will be able to help you out with whatever you need. I will be able to help you out with whatever you need if you send me a DM on Instagram. And if anybody else has any questions about workbooks or resources or anything like that, just let me know. You all already know I'm here to assist in whatever way that I can. Will all this be in the workbook? So the information that I'm giving to you today, I haven't made the workbook for it yet, but I'm going to include a workbook in the Manifest 2024 workshop. So this information will be in there because we're going to dive into it in a lot more depth, and that class is going to be 2 hours long. So you're going to have the workbook, you're going to have resources, you're going to have goal tracking forms. We're going to be on Zoom, so you'll be able to see me, I'll be able to see you, we'll be able to talk to each other and all of that good stuff. So it's definitely going to be a deeper dive. And once again, my goal is after that workshop is over, for you to have your entire year planned out. Not just your goals, not just your manifestations. I know a lot of people like doing vision boards. That's something that I did in the past too. And I think that vision boards are wonderful and they are creative. But sometimes people make vision boards and they just end up being a collection of wishes. You know, a collection of wishes and desires and things that they want to happen, but there's no actual plan. So if there's no plan, then clearly you're going to have a very difficult time getting from point A to point B. So my goal in the Manifest 2024 workshop is not only to help you brainstorm and think about the things that you want to accomplish, but to help you create an actionable plan for the entire year. Everything is set in place to make sure that when you hit December 2024, you think back to January 2024 and you're like, damn, I accomplished everything that I put on my list, and this year has been amazing and transformative. So I guess the short answer is yes, this information will be in the workbook. If you're grabbing the end of the year review workbook, there are other activities and exercises in there that are going to help you analyze your successes, your failures, your major lessons, reasons why you didn't or why you did succeed in your goals, and what it is that you want to do moving forward. But if you're talking about the Manifest 2024 workbook, I'm going to have this information in there as well. Okay. If that answered your questions, go ahead and drop me those sixes. I think I saw some sixes come up, but I just want to make sure that I got everybody's question. Okay, I'm seeing those sixes. I'm seeing those sixes. Perfect. So what I want to talk about is rest and balance. Let's talk about rest and balance. I think this is actually great to follow up with Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a practice of non-doing. It's a rest practice. Now, non-doing doesn't mean that things don't get done. Something that a friend told me recently is rest and let God do the rest. Sometimes, and I think that I've learned this from working with many clients throughout the years of, life coaching. We create these plans, we create detailed plans for our goals, set new intentions to create new habits, break old habits. We're doing shadow work, we're diving into trauma, we're doing inner child work, we're doing manifestation. It's a lot of doing. But when you do, you get tired. You get tired, and a lot of people try to force themselves to move forward. They overwork and overwhelm themselves, and this just leads to burnout. A part of your 2024 plan, what I really want to impress upon you is to engage consistently in practices of non-doing for rest and restoration. Do not make your year, do not fill up your days with just doing, because you are going to get tired. You are. You need practices like Yoga Nidra. You need practices like mindfulness meditation. You need practices like Yin Yoga. You need practices of non-doing in order to balance yourself out. You can't expect that you're just going to power through the whole year and you're just not going to get tired. By February, you're going to be ready to give up. So what you can think about in your current experience is think about the ways that you are already stressed out, or the ways that you typically get stressed out. Stress comes in many forms: physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress. Sometimes you're not eating the way that you need to be eating. Sometimes you're not taking naps when you need to take naps. You're always on the go, but you don't know how to slow down and rest when it's time to slow down and rest. So think about the ways that you are already overworked, overwhelmed, overstressed, and think, what types of practices can I engage in that will allow me to balance that out? That way, when it is time to go, I can put that pressure on and I can not take it off. I can continue moving forward and have my foot on the neck of that goal and not let it up, because I am going to accomplish it. And I'm going to make sure that by the time I get to December, that I've gotten to December and all of my goals are accomplished. They are demolished. They are crushed. That's not going to happen if you're tired. That's not going to happen if you're stressed out. It's not going to happen if you're overwhelmed and overworked. So when you are listening to, other workshops and other courses and other classes and things like that, when you're reading self-care books and self-help books and self-improvement books, even though there's a lot of emphasis placed on doing, make sure that you remember that Aaron from Higher Alignment told you that you also need to be engaging in practices of non-doing, of rest, restoration, and balance. Okay? Let me come back over here to the chat section, because I thought I saw one. That's so hard to do. I have bills. Really try to just sit still. And this comes up a lot. Actually, I have a client that I'm currently working with on finances, and this is his thing. He's a Capricorn. He has a lot of Capricorn energy. Capricorns love to work. But the thing is, he always talks about how tired he is and how he doesn't want to go to work and how upset he is when he's at work. You have to make time for rest. If you don't make time for rest, your body will shut down on you. Your emotions will go haywire. You will be stressed out. You will take that stress out on other people. The actions and the habits and the behaviors that you begin to engage in will show you that, yeah, you're a stressed out mess. If you want to achieve financial abundance, financial independence, you're going to need fuel. That means you're going to need to go when it's time to go. And when it's time to rest and sit at home, it's time to rest and sit at home. This means deliberately and intentionally engaging in practices of rest and restoration. Intentionally taking a nap when it's time to take a nap. When you're sitting around every day, there's times when you're watching TV. There's times when you're just sitting on the couch. There's times when you're spacing out where you could intentionally be doing practices like yoga nidra or meditation or yin yoga or whatever it is that's going to help you calm and soothe your nervous system. You can't just let yourself be a stressed out mess and say, oh, well, I'm just going to let myself be stressed out because I have things that I need to do. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. How many of you are tired right now? How many of you are tired right now in December from things that were happening in April, May, June? You still haven't gotten over it because you haven't allowed yourself to rest and rebalance from those things. Okay, so rest and balance practices are important. If you find that it is difficult for you, what I would advise you to do is go ahead and join Sacred Sunday Space. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to drop that link back down there for you. Sacred Sunday Space is very flexible. 2 times a month, I host a private workshop through Zoom. It's through my Patreon. We actually engage in these practices of mindfulness meditation, yin yoga, breath work, yoga nidra, journaling, all of the good things that I talk to you about and teach you about here, but I'm not doing any teaching. We're actually practicing. It's 2 times a month. So out of the 31 days, we meet 2 times. So, I mean, that's very flexible for you to make your way in there and begin developing a consistent self-care routine that allows you to engage in practices of non-doing. And if you join Sacred Sunday Space, you're automatically going to get access to that Manifest 2024 workshop on December 30th. So, you know, we all love a good deal, more bang for your buck. Rest, restoration, putting a plan together, having everything ready to roll to make 2024 your best year yet, okay? And then if you are good to go on numbers 1 through 6, go ahead and drop me a number 7. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you've been enjoying this content and this information. If something I said has, you know, tickled something in your brain, put an idea in the forefront of your mind on things that you can do differently in 2024 so you don't bump your head in the same way that you have been in 2023. If you're ready to move forward, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video and drop me a number 7 in the comment section. Let me see those 7s. Let me see those 7s. Let me see those 7s. Unless you have a question, drop me a question or drop me a 7. I got 1 7. Can I get one more from the people in the back? Can I get one more 7 from the people in the back, letting me know that you're ready to roll? I was going to say, no, I can't. Okay, number 7 is going to be structure. And this is so important, you all. And I kind of hinted on this when I was going on my little rant about vision boards. Vision boards don't create or contain a structure. So when people make vision boards, whether they be physical or digital, you know, whatever, typically people are putting those images on there of goals that they want to accomplish, of experiences and aspects that they wish to manifest into their life. But it's like, what are you going to actually be doing to make that happen? Faith without works is dead. You can't just light a candle or send up a prayer, you know, and think that it's going to just magically drop out of the sky with no action on your part. That's foolish. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not being fools as we move into 2024. Moving into 2024, we're going to have a structure and we're going to have a plan. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about and in the Manifest 2024 workshop, I'm going to be giving you tons of different examples of different structures that you can use based upon your life, your lifestyle, your interests, that are going to help you to organize all of your goals throughout the year in a systematic way to once again make sure that you get to December feeling very successful and proud and accomplished. But I'm going to give you the one that I'm going to be working with. You all know that I love moon work. I try to host a few new moon and full moon self-care sessions, goal achievement session, goal setting sessions throughout the year, and I'm going to be more on it next year. I have this actually, look, I have it on my table right here. Let me pick it up. I bought this planner, y'all. I bought this planner. I love a good planner. We're talking about structure and plans right now. I bought this planner, and it is based on the lunar cycles, you all, and I love the lunar cycle. So I am going to be working with the lunar structure. So instead of working with like the solar cycle, I'm going to be working with the new moon, the full moon, all of that. I've already written down all of the new moons and all of the full moons throughout the entire year so that I can structure my goals and my manifestations accordingly. I'll be sending it to you in a DM, Tiffany. Tiffany, send me a DM on Instagram because I know you had a question about the workbook. That's going to jog my memory to make sure that I don't forget, okay? So you all already know where to find me. Drop me a DM on IG. But whatever you're going to be doing after you thought about your goals, your major and minor manifestations, your metaphysical tools like the crystal of the year and your sankalpa and your rest practices and your balance practices, you really want to set these things up so that you're hitting them consistently, so that you're consistently engaging in those new actions that are going to become your successful habits of the year, so that you are disengaging from habits, from people, places, situations, experiences, expectations, whatever, that are not serving you well, so that you are consistently engaging in your practices of rest and balance and restoration, so that you are systematically and consistently engaging in self-reflection, so that you can make any adjustments that you need to make throughout the year. This is going to imply that you have a structure. This is going to mean that you have a plan. You don't want to just be, you don't want to just have wishes. That's basically like when you write down goals and you write down your manifestations and you don't have a plan. A goal without a plan is a wish. We're not doing wishes this upcoming year, y'all. If you're working with me, if you're working with Aaron from Higher Alignment, whether you're in my self-care groups, whether you are in Manifest 2024, whether you're in Sacred Sunday Space or the Dark Art Self-Care Series, or even if you want to work with me one-on-one, we're not doing wishes. We're doing success. We're ensuring our success by creating that structure, by creating that plan, and filling in all of the pieces of the puzzle that we need to make sure that everything is handled accordingly, okay? A dream, a desire, a goal, a manifestation without a plan is just a wish, and we're not doing that, okay? So those are all of the tools that I have for you this evening. Those are all of the 7 things that I would advise that you consider and that you think about as you are wrapping up the end of the year and moving into your next year to make 2024, or if you're watching this in the future, to make it your best year yet. I really hope that I see you all in Sacred Sunday Space in the Manifest 2024 series. Workshop is going to just be one workshop. It's not going to be a series. So I hope to see you in that Manifest 2024 workshop on December 30th. It is going to be at 12 noon Eastern. It's going to be amazing. Once again, it's going to be longer than what we've done this evening, and I am going to be slowing down. I'll be taking questions. We're going to have tons of time. I'm going to give you a lot of time so that you can write things down and come up with your goals in the session, come up with your manifestations in the session. I'm going to be showing you different types of structure so you can pick the one that works best for you, and I'm going to be helping you personally put everything together. So if you have any questions, once again, you know where to find me. I am going to open it up to the floor. I'm going to open the floor up for about 60 more seconds to see if I do have any questions. If you do have questions, go ahead and drop those in the comment section so that I can answer them for you. Or you can send me a DM if it's something a bit private, or if you have a request, or if you're looking for some type of resource or whatever it is that you need. You can feel free to send me a DM on Instagram as well. But let me open it up to see if anybody has any questions for me. If you don't have any questions, if you are good to go, if you are ready to roll, drop me a number 8 in the comment section and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. But let me see what I have. Let me read the energy in the room, get some of these questions and comments, if anything that comes up. My Instagram is Higher Alignment. It is the same name as my YouTube, spelled exactly the same way. Find me on IG, Higher Alignment. Giving thanks for your time and energy. Peace and blessings to all. Thank you so much, Zena. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in the Manifest 2024 workshop. Tell Ocean to come through as well. Give her the information. I hope to see you both there. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Anything you want me to answer? Anything that's coming up for you? Anything that's on the forefront of your mind? Gonna give you just a few more seconds. I have another class to run to, but I don't want to rush off of here without giving you all the time and the space and the opportunity to ask me what you need. And once again, all of the resources are going to be in the description box once I update this video. I'm going to try to have that done this evening, at the latest tomorrow morning. But once again, you can find me on Instagram if you need immediate access or, you know, have any questions that you need immediate answers to. I'm not seeing any more questions, but I know there's a lag sometimes, so I'm going to give it maybe 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. I hope that you all have enjoyed this content and this information. If this is your first time here, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And my tea, y'all, sorry. And I'm going to see you here for the next workshop and the next practice. I don't see anything else. We got 3 seconds. And I'm seeing those 8s come through. Okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. You know where to find me, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.